Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Origins First Builders. Origins First Builders is a game published by Board and Dice, designed by Adam Kwapinski, plays 1 to 4 players, 60 to 120 minutes. And what you're doing in this game is you are basically taking on a different group of these civilizations, and you're going to interact with these aliens that have come down, and they're going to teach you how to build buildings, civilize. I don't know. What's the word called? You're trying to make buildings and farm and learn how to do all that to make a civilization. And the way you're doing that is you're going to be using different dice, different colored dice that are called freemen dice, not to be confused with fremen. And you're going to go visit you're going to use those to build buildings, collect resources, acquire more dice, hire some, speaker dice, all that kind of thing. So effectively, a dice worker placement game with a whole lot of other stuff going on. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go to the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Origins First Builders, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to put the board out in the middle here. You're going to randomize these tiles here. And then whatever space you put them on, you're also going to put the appropriate spaceship below it set to 1. You can't see that too well because it's not colored in, but they're at 1 right now. Then you're going to pick a card for each of the temples here. So we have Taurus, Cancer, and Leo, and you'll put the appropriate tile on top of it because the cards are going to come and go. Get some superiority tokens out, put them in the arena. Each player will put a disc at the temple, the arena, and the score track. You're going to get all the tiles of the appropriate colors, shuffle them, put them face down, flip the top one, take one of each, shuffle them up, and put them in this offering row here. Then in the opposite order of this, you're going to put the 1 die of each color, roll them. If you get any 6s, you'll re-roll on display here. And in a 2-player game, you're going to roll 2 speaker dice, which are the white ones, and place them there. All right, next thing you're going to do before we get to player setup, in a 2-player game, you're going to get out 4 of these district cards, and you're going to add tokens to the track up here. The track starts with 1 token of every color. Then you're going to add a token for every building of that, every tower of that color on the card. So I've done that. We have 3 yellows, 4 orange, 2 red, 3 purples, 5 blue. We'll explain what that means in a little bit. So that's what we have here. Then, also in a 2-player game, you're going to remove 2 dice of each color, which we've done. Now let's talk about the player setup. Each player is going to get one of these little boards. A little place to put their dice. They'll get 4 of them in here, 2 here. We'll explain how you get dice in a second. An Archon, which is like their leader character. 100, 200 score, 1 of every good. So this player has 1 gold, 1 stone, 1 food, 1 wisdom. Then you're going to have an Agora and a Palace, and you're going to put 1 tower, which is the discs, of each color on your palace. And we'll get into that. So every player is going to set up kind of the same way. So we've done that over there. Then you're going to get a turn order card, and on the back it's going to have pass, because you need to know when you pass. And now we're going to draft dice. And the way that the drafting works is you're going to roll 2 dice of each color, starting with the first player, which we did here. They're going to take a die. Then the opposite player will take a die. They'll take another die, and it comes back to this player. So we did that. I did that off camera just so I didn't take some time doing it. So everybody have 2 dice and an Archon when we get started. Now, let's go ahead and get playing this game. Let's talk about the actions real fast. There's only 5. There is visit and encounter site. What that means is you send a die up here to anywhere. Doesn't matter. You send a die up here. If the die is higher than the number that's currently showing, you don't have to pay any wisdom. If it's lower, you have to pay 1 wisdom to make it up. So if I played a 1 and this was a 3, I had to pay 2 wisdom to make this a 3. Then if I go there with an opposite, well, let's just say if I go there, I can take one of these actions. If I go there with the same color, I also get the bonus action. So in this case, I have a 4. I can only take one of these actions, and I don't get the bonus because I didn't go there with the purple. If you go there with a 6, you can take both of these actions, but you still only get this benefit if you're playing the same color. That's how the dice work. Your Archon can go anywhere. They never have to pay wisdom. They have no number, but they only just get to pick one of these actions when they go there. They can go wherever they want, but they're limited in what they can do. The next thing that we can do is we can close a district. We're going to be buying these buildings here, and we're going to be putting them next to other buildings here. We're trying to form these patterns. So right now we all start with a gray somewhere. We're trying to close these patterns. So if I wanted to do this one, I'd probably put a gray there, so a yellow, so I'd have a yellow and a gray. Then I need a red and a yellow here and here to close this district. So as I'm building, I'm going to close the district. We'll get to that, what that means later, maybe. But that's an action you can take. That's how you're going to score some points and activate all the buildings a second time. Build a tower. Building a tower is pretty easy. What you're going to do is you will pay 1 coin for every color you already have of that tower, 1 gold, and then take a new tile. So if I wanted to build a blue, I discard this gold, take a blue, put it up there. What that's going to do is when you close a district, you're going to take one of your unused dice, and you're going to put that in between all the tiles. What that means is you're going to multiply the number of that pip times the number of the tower of that color. So if this is a closed district right now, if I had 2 tiles over here, that would be 4 times 2, so I get 8 points for that district. That's the point of building the towers. That's the only point, really. But points is the point. All right, and the next action you can do is grow population. Pretty straightforward. You're going to pay 2, 4, 6, or 8. You have to start from the left to go this way. I pay the food. I get a new base for my die, and I can have more citizen dice that I can play with. If I can unlock all of them, I'll get 10 points. And then the last thing you can do is pass. Passing is going to bring out your Archon, your dice back. You're going to level up your dice, and they might retire, and that's it. You're going to be done for the round. So that's that. All right. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm not going to go into this and this right now. We'll get to that when we need to get to it. All right, so this player's first because they have this tile, the bulwark tile, and they're going to take this red, and they're just going to go ahead and go to the red. Okay, so they'll go here. It's a 1. When you go there, you're going to rotate it. So now the next player that goes there, it's going to be more expensive for them maybe. And now they get to take this bonus action and one of these because they didn't play a 6. So I think what they want to do is take 3 wisdom. So they'll take 3 wisdom. And then they're going to spend 1 wisdom to either move or attack. I don't have any reason to attack right now, and I'll explain what that means in a little bit, but I'll pay a wisdom. I'm going to move 1 on this track. When you cross one of these superiority tokens, you take it, and that's basically going to let you take a free action when you turn that in of any of these, if you want to. I'm not going to use it right now, but now I have that option. And that's my turn. So I went to the place, did the actions, moved, got a token. Done. Now it's green's turn. They want to... They'll go ahead and use the yellow one. So they'll go with their yellow die up here, do an encounter. Bump that up to 2. They get to take any resource that they want other than gold, and I think they're going to take a food. They'll take a stone. They're going to take yeah, they'll take a food. That's fine. They'll take a food. All right, and then they can either pay 1 to 3 food to level up or move on the military track, or get 1 resource of their choosing, and I think they're going to take a stone. And that's their turn. So they're done. All right, back to me. I have a blue die still. Can I build anything? Do we need purple anywhere? Yeah, I'm going to try to build so you can see that. So let's go... I'm going to go here. It's a blue die, so it's fine. I can do that. I move this. Now I can take... I don't get this because I didn't play orange, but I can take one of these actions, and I'm going to take the building action. So when you take the building action, you're going to look here. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You're going to look here, and you're going to pay for the tile. The cost is right there in stone, plus any additional wisdom that it takes to build. So I want to build this one. So it costs me 1 stone, 1 wisdom. Put those back in the bank. Take the tile, and I'm going to put it anywhere I want to, connected to the side. Not diagonally like this, but left, right, up, or down. And I'm actually going to put it right here, because I'm going to start working on this district here. So I put it there. Then I'm going to activate it. Add up to 2 to the value of any your unused freemen. I've already used all my, well, not freemen, it's not Dune. I've already used all my freemen, so I don't get any ability there, but I still get to build the tile. Then what happens is all these slide down. A new purple one comes in because there's always one of every color, and then we flip. You always have the option of buying a tile for free, flipping it over, making it a farm, just to help you close a district and do all that kind of thing, or start a new district, whatever. It's free, you don't have to pay for it, but it doesn't give you any special abilities. So that was their turn. All right, so now it's green. Green is going to, oh, the coin is wild. It's any resource that you want. I didn't go into that, but gold is wild. So green is going to spend their red die. They'll go here, level that up to a 3, so they're good. They don't have to pay anything. They're going to do this one. So they're going to pay 1. You can do these in any order. So they're going to pay 1 stone. They're going to move up on one of these tracks and they're going to take the card. So let's see. You have, okay, let's do this. They're going to do this. They'll move 2. They're going to take this card. Now, they have this card in front of them. When they pass, if they have a free population base, they can get a free citizen die, which is amazing. So they're going to keep that over here. They now have access to that when they pass. All right. And now they can also spend 1 wisdom to move, which they will do. And they will move along this. They get a superiority token as well. And I think they're going to spend theirs because they want to take another action. And they're going to grow population. So they're going to grow their population, which they pay 2 food. Because they have that thing. If they have a free base, they get a die. So they're going to buy this base. It's going to come in right there. And now they have a blank base ready for a die. That was their second turn. Now it's back to black. Black only has their Archon, but they could grow their population as well if they want to. I don't think I'm ready for that yet. So let's see, what do I want to do? I want to come here to the blue. No, I'll go to the orange. Bump that up. Number doesn't matter here. And then oh, dang it, I want to get that freeman die. Just kidding. Oh, boo. All right, I'll come here. I'll bump that. I'm going to take this move plus attack. So black will come here and move. Then they get to attack. When you attack, what that means is you're going to activate this ability and you're going to score some points. So I'm going to trade 1 good of anything for a gold. So let's trade a wisdom for a gold. Then you're going to score points for every superiority token that's behind you and every token that's behind you. So I get 2 points. So black is now in the lead with 2 points. All right, and then green is, oh, they also have another action they could do. So yeah, let's go ahead and use it. They're going to go ahead and grow their population as well. They'll use 1 gold and 1 food, and they will grow their population. All right, now back to green. Green is going to have a stone. Can they build anything? Not really. You know, they're going to do this. They're going to come over here as well. Bring this down to 3. And they're going to activate... they're not going to do military. They're going to take 3 stone. So they'll take 3 stone. Now they have some building materials. All right. Back to black. I can't do anything, so I have to pass. So when you pass, here's what happens. You take your Archon back. You take all of your dice back 1 at a time and level them up. So this is going from a 4 to a 5. The reason you want to level them up is when they're at a 6 and they level up, they'll come down here. When you have dice down here, these are advisors. Your Archon can then be that color. You can pick a color when you place it out, and you'll be able to take the bonus actions up there like you're using that color of a die, which is pretty cool. So that's why you want to level up your dice. And you're going to get points eventually when you level up your dice. Then I'll take back this one. This will go to a 6. All right, so they passed. They're done. Green is going to pass as well, but they have that card. When they pass, they can take a free die from the offer here. So they're going to take this purple one. Then when someone takes a die, this slides down. You roll in. There's always 1 die of every color. You roll that in. If you roll a 6, you re-roll. They take this back. They'll upgrade, level that up. They'll level that up. All right, so now we're at the end of the round. At the end of the round, a couple things happen. Any of the speaker dice that are out, which I didn't explain those. Basically, a speaker die can go anywhere. It still functions like a normal die. So if this is a 4 and this is a 3, I'd have to pay a wisdom. And it can take one of these actions. Doesn't get the bonus, but it can take one of the actions. If it's used, it comes back, it levels up. That's how that works. Then what's going to happen is you're going to look at the military track, and whoever's in the lead, first player, then everybody is going to fall back to the closest superiority token. So in this case, black will move back, and so you lose some of the military, I guess, momentum that you got here. Then you're going to look at all these tracks here. Whoever's on the bottom will be in the lead. If there's a tie, whoever's the farthest, and then they take that card. So black gets the Taurus card, and black will get the Leo card. So they now have access to these abilities. And then that's the end of the round. Then we're going to keep playing. We'll keep going like that. Now, the only thing I really didn't show you, I'm not going to keep playing because it can get kind of long. The only thing I didn't show you is when you go to an action with a 6, so say I go up here with a 6, I'd update this. I get the bonus because I went there with a red, and I also get to do both of those. So that's the bonus of a 6. I didn't show you closing a district, so let me show you one of those real fast. So let's do this and this. Say I built these tiles, and I had this die. Okay, so we're at a point. So now I want to take the close a district action. So the way I do that is I take a die, I put it in the middle of a district. Okay. Oh, these also have 2 gold above them. They should have 2 gold above them. Like this. All right, so I have 2 gold. When I close a district, a couple things happen. I'm going to look at one of these patterns here. If I have that pattern, I score some points. So I have this pattern. I take these 2 gold as a bonus. Then I'm going to score 15 points because it was my first time scoring it. So I'll get 15. I would look at this. I'd take 15, go up to 17. Then I'm going to activate all the the buildings next to this that match the color, plus my Agora if I can. So I'd activate this, plus that. That's the bonus of putting the purple die next to purple buildings. You activate the buildings. So that's closing a district. Now let's talk about how the game ends. I think I showed you everything else. I didn't show you building a tower, but then at the end of the way the game ends is, let me look at that because I can't ever remember. The game ends when a single player has moved all 3 of their zodiac discs to the top space. So if someone gets all the way to the top on all of those, there's no more gold above any of the district cards, so 4 of those patterns have been completed. There are 3 or fewer colors of towers, tower discs in the tower stock, or there are no available citizen dice when we have to refill. So if we had to put a purple one in, there's no more purple, the game would end. When the game ends, you're going to get a point for all leftover gold you have. See the number of victory points equal to the printed value on the rightmost die. So if these had been leveled up to advisors, I would get 3 points. As you're going, you're going to have more. Compare the position on your zodiac discs on temple tracks and add the victory points of the 2. So you'll ignore your highest and then you'll score. So if I had it, if green had this, they would ignore this one and they would get 16 plus 31, 47 points. And then for each citizen die in the seat of power, so this one, you're going to multiply the pips times towers. So if I had bought 2 towers, I would get 15 points because I have a 5 times 3 towers of purple. That's a lot of points. And that's the in-game scoring. And whoever has the most points after all that is the winner. So again, quick and dirty overview. Probably missed some rules. But I just kind of wanted to show you how the game played because I think it's cool. So that was Origins First Builders. Let's go to the top, see what you think about it. All right, well, that was Origins First Builders. So this is not what I was expecting this game to be. I'm not huge into the alien theme or any of that, but effectively this is a worker placement game. And the aliens are basically just there to tell you the strength of the action that you're going to take, what kind of die you need. But they do have some cool bits. The little alien ships are really neat. The only thing I wish they would have had is if the pips on there would be blackened in, but small thing. Player boards are really neat. I love all the production. The little Archon character, the little mini. I'm not a huge mini guy, but they look really neat. And always having The spaces to sit your dice in, those little things that you're dicing in, are amazing. I love that. So the production's top notch, as is a lot of the board and dice stuff. So it's consistent with all of those. And yeah, this is an interesting game. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know anything about it till I got it. And I'm glad that I have it and played it. This is everything that I like in a game. It's using workers to go take actions. If you use the same color worker to the action space, you get some bonuses. If you use a 6, you get a bonus. But you have to eventually use those dice in other ways. You're going to lose them if they level up too much. You're going to use them as the center of one of your closed districts to score points. So you're getting all these dice, you're using them, but eventually they're going to lose. And I think the way that it levels up is really neat. When they retire, when they hit a 6 and they need to rotate, they're out. Then it makes your Archon character be able to be any color that you have in that row, which is really awesome. So I'm not going to belabor the point here. It's a fantastic game. You saw what the game is. If you like Euro games, you like interesting use of dice, you like most of the games from Board and Dice, this is one you should look into. So I'm going to give this a BGM accepted seal. This is going to get an 8 out of 10 on BGG, which is a 4 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing, but we like to give it the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Origins First Builders from Board and Dice. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.